We are still selling environmental merch, whether you have a pre-order that you still need to pick up or you just want to buy to support the cause. We are selling tote bags for $13 and beanies for $15 at the Hive on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 3:05 to 3:30. So come by to support and buy some super trendy merch.
Hi, we're from Spirit. We're gonna have our last Spirit Week of the year from June 7th to the 11th.
Monday is Neon Day, Tuesday is Beach Day, Wednesday is Country versus Country Club Day.
Thursday is Class Climb Day, so freshmen wear sophomore gear, sophomores wear juniors gear, juniors wear seniors gear, and seniors wear college or career gear. And Friday is Tacky Thursday. Yeah!
We have an American Oak restaurant night this Wednesday, June 2nd, from 5 to 10 p.m. So no flyers required, but make sure to show up and show our class some love. We also are still selling junior shirts at a reduced price for only $5 at the Hive every Wednesday after A cohort and B cohort. So make sure to get your gear while you still can and support our class. Thank you.
Seniors, this Thursday is the last day to buy tickets for senior banquet and senior picnic. We'll be in the Hive for about 25 minutes after both cohorts on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Please bring a signed permission slip. Also a reminder, we refunded everybody last week, so if you want to go to these events, which you should because they're going to be amazing, buy a ticket because you are not prepaid. Thank you guys and see you there.
You can now read poems and short stories written by students at Alameda High. Check out the Alameda High Creative Writing Journal on the school website. Thank you.
Biggest misconception about Judaism, Jewish people. I don't know if this is the biggest misconception, but this is something that I've heard that really bothers me. Especially when I went to college, there was a lot of messages out there that Jewish people don't support and are fighting against the Black community, and I really find that troublesome. I know there's a lot going on in the world today, but historically, and I believe still today, the Jewish people, with all of the experiences that we have gone through and we have had, it has been a key part of our tradition and our heritage and our culture that we support other groups who are not being supported, who are also in a situation where there is sort of a more dominant culture out there that is putting people down. And so whether it's the Black community that is getting put down, or the Jewish community that's getting put down, Asian community that's getting put down, whoever it is, certainly the Spanish-speaking community that's getting put down, Jewish people, it is really important that we support one another, that we recognize that we are all part of a larger group, and that when we support each other, we all find a way to succeed in our own ways. And I think that is something that I've heard a lot, at least with adults and with older people. That message is out there, and it frustrates me, and I'd like to have that message get out there that Jewish people really support everybody. and I know I do, and I know a lot of Jewish people, and I know that they do as well. So that's my answer.
I think one of the main misconceptions is that, well, first of all, being Jewish can just be very much an ethnic or cultural thing, not necessarily deeply connected to the religious component of it. I think also a misconception is that Israelis are all somehow all diehard religious zealots, and that isn't true. And I think it's unfortunate that we conflate anti-Semitism with a fair, honest discussion and critique about Israeli policy, for example, in Gaza. I know it's a complicated issue, but I think that we should be all able to have thoughtful conversations about that without being afraid of always conflating it with anti-Semitism. But of course, that's triggering for some people because there's been such an uptick in anti-Semitism. So that's the problem.
My favorite Jewish tradition. One of the Jewish traditions is keeping the Sabbath. In Hebrew, it is Shabbat. And it is every Friday night you take a moment at sundown and you light some candles and you either sing or chant or say a prayer. And the tradition, as it was in my household, and I know in many other households, it was a time when whatever else was going on in the week and whatever else is going on in the weekend, this is a time when our family, we sit down, we light these candles, and for 5 minutes, we take a breath, we sit in this nice calm space, we chit chat with each other, there's no phones, there's no electronics, there's nothing else. We just come together and we are one family and we appreciate being with each other. And rare are those moments, I think, throughout the week when everyone sits down together for a few minutes and just appreciates one another. And so that is my favorite tradition.
I love rituals and holidays and things like that. I'm not super religious, to be perfectly honest. And I used to Shomer Shabbos and make the challah, light the candles. I've been a little bit iffy about that, but I love Passover. I love connecting it to liberation struggles, modern liberation struggles. I love lighting the candles on Hanukkah. I do fast for Yom Kippur. So I like all of those components. And then I love some of the traditional Jewish foods, matzo ball soup, bagels, of course, latkes, all that kind of stuff.
One of the misconceptions that usually happens is that when we are in our cultural clothing, people mistaking us as just cosplaying and just dressing up or in costumes.
I think the problematic things around model minorities is definitely an issue.
So one of the favorite AAPI culture tradition I have is the food and the clothing.
I actually learned how to cook Japanese food from my grandma. I never learned how to cook from anyone else, so that's what has had the biggest impact on me.
I've never visited this place, and I just always wanted to just visit. I wanted to visit Malaysia.
What country that I would like to visit? I really would like to go to South Korea because they figured out how to reopen with before vaccines were a thing, and there's lots of cool stuff going on and musicals that have been able to take place because of figuring out how to reopen. So that's where I'd want to go right now.